The first ever U.S. National Senior Olympics were held in St. Louis in June of 1987. Almost 3,000 men and women from 44 states, the District of Columbia, Canada, and Taiwan participated in the six-day event. Following are two segments from national news programs that covered the Senior Olympics.
Thousands of senior Olympians flew to St. Louis this week after winning preliminary athletic competitions from all over the country. These elderly athletes proved that the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat aren't necessarily elusive because of age. Chris Bury now with that story.
They are past their prime, but hardly over the hill, still reaching for Olympic gold, even though their limbs aren't so limber anymore.
Got to get all that blood out of your legs up here so your legs don't tie up in this 50.
The eyes aren't what they were.
Where's my glasses?
And the expectations not so high.
Let's call for 3 feet.
But at the first National Senior Olympics this week, athletes aged 55 to 93 competed in 14 events, from high jumps to horseshoes.
Well, I think we all have instincts that never die, and we all like to compete, we like to be seen, we like to perform, and this is a good place to do it.
Consider the flight path of 66-year-old Boo Morcom, who pole vaulted in the 1948 Olympics. Now he's on Social Security, but he can still clear 12 feet. Or see the speed of Robert Watanabe, 61, who just won the 200-meter sprint, only 6 seconds off the current U.S. record held by a man 40 years younger. The 3,000 athletes here are the best among 50,000 who competed in Senior Olympics across the country. They may not be breaking many world records, but they are shattering a lot of stereotypes. Meet the Golden Girls, the Auerbach sisters of Queens, New York. Sylvia, a 75-year-old great-grandmother, puts the shot. Rose, 71, won a silver medal in the discus. And baby sister Pearl, only 65, hurls the javelin 51 feet, 11 1/2 inches.
Seniors should get away from the card tables and get out and move physically.
Arling Pitcher is still going strong at 85, jumping higher than anyone else his age.
I hold the world's record at 3.8.
A third of the Olympians here are 70 or older. Nearly half are women.
Most people think we should be in a rocking chair and sit there and rock till we die, but we don't believe that. We believe it's go, 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 go.
The competition may be cutthroat in the 1,500 meters, but this 77-year-old runner couldn't even see her rivals. Arda Perkins is blind.
Everybody tried to discourage me from home. They said, you can't, you're blind. I said, don't worry, I will do it. So I did.
But age also took its toll this week. The flesh was not always willing, spirit sometimes sagged under a hot sun, and the legs seemed to go first.
How do you feel?
Terrible.
Still, these aging athletes can sail through the sky, fly across the water, and sprint at speeds that shame most people half their age, just to show what they can do. Old grandmas don't die, said one here. They just keep on running.
That's the end of that. It's my last run.
Chris Bury, ABC News, St. Louis.
People can accomplish things at any age through health and fitness. Getting up and just saying, I will do something. And that's exciting. Winning is important, but these people just enjoy competing and proving that they're here.
It's time for this week's edition of Modern Maturity, a series on today's mature Americans and tomorrow's. Brought to you every week at this time as a public service by AARP, the American Association of Retired Persons, and its 26 million members.
Every 4 years, many of us look forward to watching the world's finest athletes compete at the Olympic Games, and some even dream of what it must be like to reach that goal. In our next story, we'll meet senior athletes whose energy and enthusiasm has earned them the title of Olympians.
The ancient Greeks created the Olympic Games for the very best in sports to meet to try to do their very best. The reward wasn't money, but the experience itself.
Arizona!
The desire to excel doesn't diminish with age. These athletes are all over 55, and this was the first National Senior Olympics. 10,000 people, athletes, volunteers, and spectators met in the 90-degree weather of a St. Louis summer for 6 days of athletic competition. Senior Olympic President Ken Marshall said the audience and volunteers were as excited as the athletes.
And we were all standing as they came by and applauding them, and they would applaud us. And it was just a very emotional evening.
Former baseball commissioner Bowie Kuhn made the official pronouncement.
Let the games begin.
Emotion and constant motion. 3,000 athletes competed in the games, and those games ranged from swimming and archery to horseshoes and track and field. President Ken Marshall sums up the Olympics' importance.
I think it shows that people can accomplish things at any age through health and fitness. Getting up and just saying, I will do something. And that's exciting. Winning is important, but these people just enjoy competing and proving that they're here.
These athletes don't expect to parlay an Olympic medal into a professional career or even a serial endorsement on television. What did bring them here?
My children made me do it.
I just enjoy competition, enjoy sports, and I'm really cross-training. I'm a cross-country marathon skier, and so I have to keep doing something in the off-season.
Well, I've been in archery 49 years, and it's just natural to participate in it.
Well, I decided that I'm going to change the image of grandparents. I may well burn out, but I'm not going to rust out.
This was not just a get-together for aging jocks. Some participants had only recently taken up their sport. But most qualified for these Olympic events the hard way, by competing and winning medals in state and regional games. For some, winning is a new and exhilarating experience.
It's the first time I have ever competed in my life, either in high school, grade school, or college. Never competed athletically before in my life until May of this year.
3, 2, 1, go!
There are personal reasons for coming. Dave Lengauer from Syracuse, New York, is here on doctor's orders.
I started in 1982 when I became a diabetic, and the doctor at the Veterans Hospital had suggested I get into an exercise program. And by exercising at my age, 58, it wasn't too much. I didn't want to jog, so I got into the biking. It's a life support system for me, really.
Yes, you did. In second place, we have Carol Taylor with a time of 1:54.09.
Carol Taylor was on the 1948 Olympic swim team. She stopped swimming for 20 years before taking it up again.
So many good things have come to me from swimming that I like to stay with it. Well, swimming is exercise where there's less stress on the joints than any other, and a great aerobic improvement for people. And so when you get to be 55 and over, and swimming is really one of the best things that people can do. And I certainly feel better, and I think people think better when they're active and moving about.
The word game has always been a tricky one in our language. The kind of people who play in Olympic competition aren't fooling around. A keen eye and a steady hand helped 76-year-old Maria Tassi from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, win. She taught herself to throw horseshoes by setting up 2 pegs in her backyard.
I just love it. I feel it's energetic, it keeps you in shape, and I just love to throw horseshoes. I'm a very strong person. I work in a garden, and I'm always throwing horseshoes or bowling.
While most athletes enjoy the competition, there are other benefits. Bill Glacken was introduced to archery in the Boy Scouts. He knows the importance of exercise.
It's marvelous for the back. It's good therapy for just about any kind of muscular disorders you have in the upper portion of your back or shoulders. And it's a one-to-one competition, and it gives you the opportunity to excel by yourself.
The competitors here don't simply represent themselves. Many communities raise money to help pay their local athletes' expenses.
In Louisiana, Blue Cross Blue Shield paid for 2 buses. In New Mexico, the state legislature appropriated $25,000 to help bring them here. Some of them did some very imaginative fundraising to help those who couldn't afford to come.
Those who didn't participate in the first Senior Olympics will be happy to know plans are underway for the Games 2 years from now.
Travel, 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 travel.
Everyone here is a winner, but Ken Marshall sees it as a victory for all of us.
Our athletes who competed in the 11 fields of competition, they are role models for all of us, overcoming the stereotype of the senior adult and showing our nation that their commitment to fitness and the exhilaration of competition leads to an active, healthy lifestyle.
Congratulations.
Those old men.